First of all, thank everybody. I really want to thank everybody for coming. This is a pretty exciting night for me and my family to be able to do this, and I thank each and every one of you for coming tonight. When I was asked just a few weeks ago, why are you working for Phil Scott? Because, as you know, he's a Republican, and I'm a Democrat, or supposedly, but, you know, and I said, well, you know, that's a good question. And I said, let me answer it this way. Number one, he has never asked me to help him in his campaign. He has never asked me to help in his campaign. I don't even know if he wants me to help in his campaign. I jumped in a few weeks ago because I felt it was important to have someone like Phil Scott. I've worked with him for 10 years. He's been my vice chair of transportation for 10 years, and I've been his vice chair of institutions for 10 years. And I can tell you there's a small amount of Republicans in the Senate, and Phil Scott is chair of the institutions committee that has a budget of about $70 million. As Mike Smith knows, Mike was administration secretary. So I can tell you the respect he has on both sides. You don't become chair in a minority of only 7 members in the Senate by not getting along with people.
I was invited here tonight by some business associates that happen to be Democratic, and I've always fashioned myself as having Republican values, and it was intriguing that Democrats are holding a Republican fundraiser, so I wanted to come here and kind of see what it was all about, and I think it's definitely needed at this point for the two political parties to come together and start working together and try to get some real work done.
I've known Phil for many years. I've done many different projects with him. Phil has a great organizational sense. He's definitely a uniter. You know, he can bring people together for a common cause, regardless of their backgrounds. I've seen it time and time again. Probably the best thing I like about Phil is his common sense, down-to-earth approach, and his very analytical mind. He's always good at analyzing both sides, coming up with a beautiful plan that, you know, everybody can live with.
I've known Phil for quite a few years as Senator Phil Scott. I've met him through Senator Dick Mazza and actually became friends with him. And I like Phil. You know, he's an honest guy, he's a hard-working guy, he's a businessman, and I think he really gets it. You know, he's not leaning so far to the right that he becomes polarizing. Everybody likes him. I mean, you know, for me, if Dick Mazza likes you got to be doing something right, you know, and I think Phil Scott is.
Yeah, I'm Representative Pat Brennan. I chair the House Transportation Committee, and I'm here today to support Phil Scott for Lieutenant Governor. Phil is a great guy. I have a great working relationship with him in regards to transportation. I've seen him in action in the State House, and he is level-headed, a serious legislator. He's served the Senate well, served his constituents well, and I support him as much as I can in his run for Lieutenant Governor and wish him the best.